Okay, now in order to get this drum off of this axle, you have to take off, underneath here is the hub. You're gonna take off the castle nut off of the hub. So to do that, we are, you take this off, this little plastic piece here off. There's a grommet underneath there to lube up the bearing. We don't need to do that. We just need to actually take this off here. So you want to be real gentle. This isn't really the strongest metal in the world, this cap, and this protects your bearing from debris and everything else. So you don't really want to mess it up. Then great. So there we go. There's the cap. So obviously you could see there is a ton of grease on there. Now we are going to pull this off. So this is just a little cover here. There you can see it a lot better. Just going to pull this guy off. That just snaps on there. It's not, it only goes on one way, but it's not affixed on there. Okay, you see that? Whole nut here will literally just, it's just hand tight, but I'm gonna get a pair of pliers. This nut here, this is called a castle nut. A lot of times there'll be a cotter pin through here. There'll be like a hole in the side, but now they got these guys. But this guy should literally not be that tight. Yeah. So this guy just comes off by hand. And you can literally just hand tighten them. Threads are a little weird right there. The whole actual drum is going to come off. So you've got a washer right here. So pull this off. Okay, there we go. There is your drum brakes right there. This is your magnet right here. This catches on the outside of your, on the inside of your drum. So here you can see your actual spline. That's your actual shaft that the that the drum brake actually rides on. And this magnet right here, when you hit your trailer brakes, so these are electric trailer brakes, when you hit them, this magnet gets magnetized and it sticks to that which is spinning, and it pushes it forward, which enables that rear brake pad to expand in here, which enables you to slow down. So here you could check to see if the pads are thin. You can see right here, those have plenty of life left on them. These brake pads last a decent amount of time, but that's got plenty of life on them. The magnet itself looks fine. Then you want to look inside. So here's this little washer and bearing. Go right in there. Just put those off to the side, but you want to look inside of this guy, see how this looks. Which, I mean, these are all fairly new, so looks pretty good. No crazy gouges or anything. Now, if you have grease like this here, that's great. You can pack your bearings, which you take the bearing, kind of shove it down in there and really pack it. But you know, this stuff is pretty good. You can also use the Zerk fitting there to put grease all the way back in the bearing as well. We're gonna screw the nut back on, make sure that's all the way seated back there. Screw this main castle nut back on. And these really just need to be hand tight, but because if you over tighten them, it'll be too much on that bearing. But I'd take this and I'd go ahead and just do a little turn there. You could feel it on that bearing too. All right, so now that we got the castle nut hand tightened, we're gonna take, this is basically like our cotter pin, this is like our safety. So with this on, that nut can never back off. You know, because if that nut backed off, we would lose a tire going down the road. So that would not be good. I'm just gonna tap that. What you really don't wanna do, because you got threads all over there. Okay, that's all the way on. We're gonna put our cap back on. The easiest way to do this is to get it started and then just gently tap it into place. This is called a torque stick. It doesn't let you torque it past a certain amount, so this is set at 100 foot-pounds. So this is what we're gonna use with an impact to put on our lug nuts back on the tire. Now, if you don't have a torque stick, that's fine. You can oftentimes find it in the owner's manual. You can use a typical torque wrench, or if you're just stuck on the side of the road, just torque them down, get them tight so that you can get your trailer home. Now, the thing with installing a tire, so you want to go in a star pattern so that the tire gets seated down evenly. So by star, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that it gets seated evenly. So we'll go here. So we just started to get that one up. And we're going to go over here. We'll go over here. We'll come up here. And down here. And now we'll torque them all down. Now, with this all done, we can lower the jack down and we'll be done.